So I found two more angels, Angel of the Sacrifice and Angel of the Witch. And yeah, I haven't really listened to those two. I mean, I did listen to Jasmine Bean a day or two ago. And yeah, I didn't like her songs at first. I mean, I was kind of listening to loads of others that just looked terrible, and she kind of just blended in as being a terrible person. And then I kind of noticed that actually that one with the wall was actually the same person. Like I was thinking of them as different people because she looked very different in all her videos. And then I came across that dog one, and it was just like watching the ITV Big Brother did remind me of watching some sort of dog pound where you have the garden and you have the people in it, and they're not really doing anything. You know, if you had a garden full of dogs, you know, they'd run around, they'd play, and then they wouldn't do anything. And I was kind of thinking that I liked the chorus because that chorus reminded me of the Big Brother house, and also in two of the songs she looked a little bit like the I've forgotten her name, Yin Run. I think In Run, and I put W-Y on the end, so she kind of looked like that. So I was seeing connections. That's how I find angels. I find angels because I look what's going on in my daily life, and when I listen to music, sometimes I come across songs that seem to connect with daily life stuff. You know, I came across quite a few other songs that look just like prostitutes or people who worked with prostitutes and had just been doing a song. And, you know, nothing in their videos reminded me of things that happened during my week. And when I come across songs that I feel do remind me of things that have happened in my week, like seeing the Yin Run in that cage and then coming across the dog one and being like, oh yeah, she doesn't look like In Run in that particular video, but she looks like In Run in some of the other videos, and in that particular video she's in a cage. And so I kind of linked those songs to my daily life. And yeah, this kitty one is actually broken, but my mum bought it a few years ago. I think you can easily you need to take the back off the bottom. The bottom of it is hanging, but I don't know. She bought it a few years ago, and I don't actually like Hello Kitty, but I did keep it just in case. And I was kind of when I went to go and get some clothes, I kind of just like to wear stuff. I was just like, I saw this, and I was just like, you know what, I want to maybe show times. That's the only reason why I put it on there. And then I found that this Angel of the Sacrifice girl, who is pretty much sick, but very artistic. It's sick, but it's done in a very artistic way. Um, you know, well, then again, I could say the same thing about Gaga. You know, a lot of her stuff is sick, but at the same time done in an artistic way. Although I think she had a lot more money. I think Gaga's videos had a lot more higher budget or something. Although I swear in that one where there's two of them, it looked like it was done from a similar building to the one where Gaga got pushed off a roof. And I'm sure that's a high budget, or a high budget location. I don't know. I don't know how you know how much people are spending. 'Cause surely they'll run out of money. Like I don't believe there's so many songs that I just don't believe that you could be making huge amounts of money in the music industry if there's, you know, um, this many songs to listen to. You know, surely there's. But anyway, I don't know. I didn't think she was an angel, but yeah, she definitely is because of all these weird links that I'm making to and Angel of the Sacrifice. But technically, it's the Angel of the Fake Sacrifice. It made me think that maybe there was another one. Like when I was going through the Angel of Emotions, the Bring Me to Life girl, Evanescence. You know, I was thinking that might be fake. That's also seemed to be part of because she did a song about sacrifice. But I think I had her as a real sacrifice, and I'm sure there was another one who I might have considered to be a fake sacrifice. I can't remember. I feel like there might have been another person that I've named as someone of a fake sacrifice, but I can't remember who that was or when it was. But yeah, I think she's if there is two, I don't know. I can't remember. But she's definitely a lot better than I think she's a lot better as a sacrifice because she comes off as being quite ugly. And I think I actually love how confident she is. For someone to be ugly or come off as ugly and still be like, I don't give a shit. You know, I am me and I'm just glad to be me and I don't give a shit how you think. You know, if you think I'm ugly, I don't care. And I think that's a really good thing to show. And that also reminded me of that Australian Big Brother. You know, they were all very pretty in there, and they've got good characters and personalities and stuff. So I think it's going to be quite a good show. But they are all pretty, and it's not all about being pretty or good looking. I think it's about having confidence in you and being happy with you and not feeling like you need to change you for anyone else, but rather just feeling like you can embrace you however you look. Now, whether you look like a human or a Smeagol or whatever, to have that confidence that I don't care what you think because I'm still going to just do whatever I want in a creative way. And I think that's quite a lot of, I think it's got quite a lot of strength. So this Jasmine Bean Girl, who I've never heard about before until yesterday, I am definitely liking her, and I think she's got quite a strong spiritual connection. Even though when I first came across her, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" There's a few weird ones that I've looked at in the last few days, and yeah, I think some of them are not my cup of tea, so to speak. But yeah, just because I don't like their music or their songs, it's usually the ones that I can't hear the words. There's some that I can't hear the words to, that I just if I can't hear the words to something, then I don't feel a need to watch it. But if I like a song so much, I might actually type in to work out. I can't hear the words, so I'm going to type it in, work out what the words are, and then I feel like I can hear the words, and then I start warming up to. But yeah, she's definitely one. The other one as well. Sabrina. I mean, okay, Sabrina reminds me of the Teenage Witch one, and I much prefer the old version. The new version, I think, is a bit sick, and they actually portray her as, I know I haven't seen the new version of it, but I have seen a couple of episodes where they needed to be some sort of sacrifice, and there was some woman that, I don't know, it was just a much darker version, not how I'd really want to do it. But then again, if I am creating a timeline and if I am extremely pissed off with the world and just everything that they're doing, I don't know, creating loads of sick, disgusting films and to show my anger. They had the venting 2 days ago. The Big Brother had the venting machine. I wouldn't be able to vent like that. If you want to vent, you want to say lots of negative things. But if the people that you're saying negative things are about are hearing what you're saying, then you can't really vent it. I think my higher self likes to vent anger through films and music, and I don't want to speak because I want you to be clear that I am still very, very angry, even though I'm not very good at expressing it in face to face. I'm not good at confrontation, I guess is part of that. But yeah, I am very, very angry, but at the same time I do like that Jasmine Bean Girl. Or at least I don't know her, so I don't actually know if I like her, but I like her stuff that she's doing, and that Hello Kitty song, it makes more sense now. Like, I guess the Angel Creator, and I thought that it's just kind of, she's teasing all the people that want to be angels. Hey, you want to be just like an angel, and basically just saying you can be like an angel, but also saying I'm just going to treat you like a toy, and I'm going to treat you really badly. That's what the song meant to me. But at the same time, yeah, if I'm calling her my Angel Creator, I want people to want to be angels, but I don't want them to think or feel scared by it. And well, if you say that song is actually linking with the Yasminda Kitty song, then it would feel like that it's not personal for them, but rather it's personal just for this creator, this other angel who's actually really sick and represents a sacrifice that I don't think will happen, or at least I'm hoping it won't, but it's probably a sacrifice that a lot of people would want to see happen. There are loads of people around people still, I don't want to say this, but people still have get attacked because of alleged witchcraft. I think it's parts of Africa or something like that, but I've heard that these things still happen, and I don't know how bad the attacks are or abuse or stuff, but it still happens. People still have this hatred towards witches, and yet these same people are often people who believe in God and stuff. And if you try to explain to them that maybe the Antichrist or the beast or the devil is all just part of God's plan, they're like, oh no, they're two opposing forces that are against each other, and and therefore witches are on the negative side, hence you must attack them. And it's that's not how life is. That's not how nature is. There's good and bad to everything. A lion attacks a gazelle because it's hungry. It's not because it's evil. And if the world is dying because of overpopulation, the smart ones should attack the stupid ones, not because it's evil, but because they want to, keep the population down to the smartest people, but the smartest people aren't going to see it like that. They're going to see it as, the elites are building up some sort of plan against us, against God. They're going to think that it's, I've spoken to a person in the jacuzzi yesterday or something, and he was talking about the elites um, building up something to reduce the population and acting like, this is not God's plan, this is not God's will. And it's like, well, how do you know this is not God's plan or not God's will? I mean, surely God is going to attack the people that are, not on his side. I mean, that's what the promise of the Bible is. And he would just be like, oh yeah, well, the elites aren't on his side. And well, I don't know who's on the side, but at the same time, the elites are the ones with the money, hence they're the ones that are going to have to set this thing up. So it would make sense that the elites would be on God's side, and God has helped them through making good choices in the stock market or whatever. People in the stock markets can get very, very rich, and technically the only reason why they were able to get rich is because they've made good decisions. But if decisions and ideas come from God, then how do you know that God isn't responsible for getting the people at the top rich if they've got rich through stock markets? Because God has inspired them to invest in the right things. And if God wanted them to be broke, then God would trick you into investing in bad things, and encourage all the cow people, the zombie people, to do something that would make you lose it. I don't understand money, but I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of way of getting rich through God's inspiration. Not mine necessarily, because I as a Christ, I'm different to that entity. That entity is so much bigger than me, and obviously is not telling me how long I have to wait, and it's very, very annoying how I have no clue how long I'm going to wait. It's Halloween today. Do I think anything's going to happen today? Well, nothing has happened, and there's no indication that anything is going to happen. And I know I need to get onto a global Big Brother, but no one's talking about it. So it's just like, is that going to happen? I mean, I know there's going to be a sacrifice because I've just created an angel for it, and it's not. I didn't see that thing and link it with this. I have created this because I've spoken about it, but I wasn't the one who got her to do these songs that would link to things that I'm going through now. So obviously there is going to be some sort of fake sacrifice, and that's a guide for you, whoever's watching these videos, and not just insulting me because of them. That's a guide for you to think, what do people want to see? I mean, I doubt people would want to see me being burnt alive or have body parts chopped off or something, but at the same time, maybe. I mean, if the only way they can, if someone could be a multi-millionaire and they said, but Anna is going to have her arm chopped off, I bet there's so many people that would be like, yeah, I want the millionaire, and the £1 million, and I don't care if Anna chops her arm off. Why? Because she's probably just going to kill herself in a few weeks anyway, so it doesn't even matter. I mean, there's probably so many people that would think like that. And you know what? I might even think like that because I want to die. So if someone who's is going to die in a couple of weeks, if they lose their arm, so what? I mean, there's different ways of looking at things. But yeah, I don't know. I'm tired of waiting. And I feel like that this is, whatever power I have now, it's obviously so much stronger than it was 10 years ago. Not in a good way. I don't think anything that the music industry is doing is really good. I think it's going to cause massive chaos, and it's done. You can say that that's definitely done at God's will, but it's, yeah, God doesn't care. God will bring back the people she likes, and that's, and right now she can't do that. She'll just bring back everyone. And if the world just continues on how it is, all the Matrix is doing right now is going through all the animals and thinking, okay, which animals which most deserve to be human, because the population is getting too big. But clearly we're just using up loads of animal souls and making them humans. Humans are too much in there. Must save human lives. We are all the same. Every human is the same. And it's just like, no, not every human isn't the same. The problem is the ones who believe that every human are the same are the people that are just too stupid that they don't know the difference between a smart person and a dumb person, or a spiritually connected person versus someone who's completely inverted. So many people would see an inverted person and someone who's extremely, most people would say that I and someone who's completely inverted are exactly the same, equal to God, same under God. God loves both of us equally as much, even though one person is the exact opposite of me and has nothing to do with me. There's so many people, but and then a lot of people be like, oh, so what? Does it matter what God thinks? Why would God care about? We shouldn't care about God's opinion. If God is real, God doesn't help my life. God doesn't do anything for me. God does nothing for me. There's so many people that think like that, and I think politicians would think that way. If God is on earth right now, there's so many politicians that would just be like, God is not running this world. We are the ones that are responsible for this, and we do not want half our population, so we are going to ignore God. This is what I mean by a politician has his head stuck in his ass. It's the same thing, right? Both ways. Anyway, yeah, because they're too busy thinking that my ways are right. We are going to save lives. Save lives is so much important than how fucking intelligent the life is that we're trying to save, and the damage that these stupid lives are causing, and the fact that some people are just not. The world would develop and progress so much more if it was run by the intelligent souls only. I know you need some mixture, because there'll always be crop pickers. Crop pickers will always be needed and stuff. But some people can be a crop picker and actually be happy, and other people would be a crop picker and then just moan about everything and complain and say, I don't want to do this. I want to turn to crime and try and build up money through something else, rather than just accept that they're just one of the ones that, I don't know. Anyway.